So guys, where were you in 1977? Do you remember 1977? That was a really good year. Do you know why it was a good year, guys and gals? Because that's the year Steve Perry joined Journey. I think that's Steve Perry in the distance. That's right. It is all about 1977. And I am so glad you agree with me. Do you guys agree with me?
With everything going on, how can I keep talking about music? Well, because I love it, it makes me happy, and I love it. So let's talk about 1977. That was a really, really good year. 1977 was a great year. Why was this such a great year? Well, 1977 was the year that Stephen Ray Perry joined the fabulous, super-de-duper-licious band Journey.
Okay, so I have a Steve Perry fun fact. I don't know if you would really consider this a Steve Perry fun fact, but I consider it a Steve Perry fun fact. My brother's name is also Stephen. Stop it! I know. Now, we also know that Steve Perry's real legal name is Stephen Ray Perry. Now, they both spell their name S-T-E-P-H-E-N. Again, so flippin' cool and so strange and coincidental, right? Well, here's the other thing. I hope you're sitting down for this one. My dad, God rest his soul, I miss you, Daddy. His name was also Stephen. Stop it. You can't make this stuff up. But here's the thing with my dad's spelling of his name. He spelled his name S-T-E-V-E-N. He just took the PH. He said, I don't want you, PH. I'm going to use a V instead. So he was Stephen, and my brother and Steve Perry are Stephen. So I have literally been surrounded by Steves my entire life, which really just solidifies the fact of my love for Steve Perry. I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but it makes sense to me. And I hope you appreciate the fact that I am standing literally on the edge of a dock right now, and my balance is not great. I am not the most suave of people, so hopefully I don't fall.
I completely digress. On October 28th of 1977 at the Old Waldorf in San Francisco, a vision of white took the stage for the very first time. That vision of white was, of course, Steve Perry. He took that stage with his stratospheric bandmates known as Journey.
In 1980, very famous record promoter Bill Graham bought the Old Waldorf, and Bill Graham, his clients, some of his very famous clients included the Grateful Dead, the late and great Eddie Money, and Rod Stewart, among tons and tons of others. Now, Bill Graham, he also produced 1973 Summer Jam. That was the largest outdoor concert ever, and he also produced 1985's iconic Live Aid, which raised more than $45 million to help fight hunger in Africa. And you may be wondering why I'm sitting or squatting in front of a bunch of twigs. I don't know. I figured it would look good.
We have to remember that right before Steve joined the delicious Journey, Robert Fleischman was the lead singer of the band, and he co-wrote the hits Anytime and Wheel in the Sky. So we cannot forget about Robert setting the stage for Mr. Steve Perry. So anywho, it is said that Neal Schon was a huge fan of Robert Fleischman, so it did take some time for Neal and the rest of the band to get used to Steve Perry. Even Gregg Rolie was doubtful of SP, but when SP took Ross Valory's bass guitar and started to finish the unfinished song of Lights, all the guys in the band quickly changed their mind and finally decided that maybe, just maybe, this band is now going to go in the direction that they all wanted.
Gregg Rolie was also co-founder of the magical group Santana, and they released fantastically amazing song Black Magic Woman. That hit number 4 on the Billboard 100. Now, Black Magic Woman was also released in 1968 by Fleetwood Mac. I know, it's just crazy. Peter Green of the Mac wrote the song in 67. They released it in 68, but Santana just kind of took it to new levels, and we love that. And see how everything is just a really big circle in the music business, just like these bugs that are all around me. And another circle, circles are like rocks. You know what I mean? Rocks. That's why I like talking about rock stars. I just really try to be funny, and there I go again. I'm on the edge.
The very next year, in 1978, Journey released their fourth album, number 4. A very important number 4 album, I must add. It was their fourth album. Did I say it was number 4? But it was their very first one.
So yeah, the Infinity album was the very first to showcase the amazing Steve Perry, but it was the last for drummer Ainsley Dunbar, who went on to drum for the late Frank Zappa and Whitesnake. So why am I being creepy inside of a pine tree? Well, I thought this pine tree was really special because it's actually as tall as me. And when the heck do you find a pine tree that's the same height as you? Never.
The years 1978 and 1979 literally set us up and gave us the band of Journey that would literally become a worldwide phenomenon. Their fantastically amazing album Evolution came out in 79 and consisted of Neal Schon, Ross Valory, Steve Smith, of course, the amazing Steve Perry, and Gregg Rolie. Speaking of circles, it feels like the year of 1980 was the completion of the circle, and Gregg Rolie left the band that year, and actually, before he left, gave the band something that they would probably be thankful for a very, very long time.
Departure was Journey's 6th album, and it gave us hits like Walks Like a Lady and Any Way You Want It. I highly suggest that you go back and watch the video of Any Way You Want It, because it was literally just the guys in the raw. It's like their producer just said, you know what, we're just gonna stick you guys in a studio for this video. You're just gonna have some fun and play. And it just looks like this was a time for them when they were just having fun together, and they look like they really enjoyed being around each other. And this was just before Gregg Rolie had left the band, and he suggested that his good friend Jonathan Cain from the Babies take his place on keyboards in the band. And there you go, there's that circle thing again, just being completed. And I better get out of here because I'm on private property, and this property is not my private property, so I'm going to go now. Thank you.
So there you have it. It all started in 1977. It was a good year for Journey and a really good year for the Geese. You do have to sit back and wonder, did these guys ever imagine within a 4-year span that they would achieve the worldwide fame that they would achieve, have the band changes that they did, and grow the fan base that they ended up with? Did Steve Perry ever think that that white outfit he wore for the very first time that he went on stage with Journey would lead him through decades of tight pants, no shirts, and flowy, long, beautiful Steve Perry hair? I really don't know if Steve Perry thought those thoughts at all, but I do wonder, where is that white outfit today? Guys, as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, a great night, a great weekend, a great everything, and as always, remember, most importantly, to keep rocking.